Beware of flying threes. We keep saying it over and over again. Hey, everybody.
Because, yes.
Well, exactly, because of that. Welcome
Happy
to
hour starts at 3.
Mix at 3 with Cliff and Nat. I hope you're doing well
Hi.
today.
Are you?
I'm good.
Okay, good.
I'm good.
Good.
Ready to roll.
Yes.
We have so much to share today. Things that might have some interest for you.
Yeah,
we had some fun putting it together.
A lot of health-related stuff.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
It's always interesting for us to learn, right? And speaking of, I was thinking of this morning, like I always have my morning routine, and it keeps pretty much the same. Like
right.
I wake up early, I do my workout, and then I have my protein shake as my breakfast. So it's always the same. But for lunch, it's a mess. Like I eat when I have time, most of the times in front of the computer. I mean, it's 3 o'clock and I've just had lunch.
Well,
like maybe 30 minutes ago.
Ain't nobody got time for that. No, I mean, no, well, that's the whole thing. And you're right. That's exactly what it is. You have your pattern. You have your rhythm set for the mornings. We just need to work on your lunch, your lunchtime now.
We get busy here and it's always something going on. Sometimes we run out of time. Yeah. Do you have like a morning routine that you always follow?
I get up.
That's good.
Well, from there it's a crapshoot. We just don't obviously know. I swear it's one of those things. No, actually what I was going to say was, you're talking about health issues and health items here that we're going to be talking about. Have you noticed as we get older, some of the things that we have grown up with, knowing, because that's what was ingrained into us, the healthy way of doing things, some items are different now.
Yes, yeah. I wish I could say no, I have not noticed, but because you said as we get older.
You're not leaving me alone with this.
No,
I'm not the only one that's
No, I'm not leaving you alone with this.
No, exactly. I mean, it's just like this one right here. A new study showing that cutting out one teaspoon of salt from your diet each day, well, that can help lower your blood pressure just as much as your blood pressure medication. This is bad for me because I'm a huge salt fan. Researchers at Northwestern University say the benefits of lowering the amount of sodium in a person's diet, that is dramatic. Between 70 and 75% of people studied saw a drop in their blood pressure. Now, whether they were on medicine for that or not.
So a teaspoon of salt is about 2,300 milligrams. That's the top daily limit for people over 14 years old. However, the American Heart Association recommends a diet with less than 1,500 milligrams of sodium each day. So yeah, we're eating a lot of salt.
I got to tell you, I am probably having 3 times that amount just in a bowl of popcorn. I mean, it's...
And if you think like if you cut just 1 teaspoon, it's not a lot, but it's doing a lot for your health. But it's not a lot for us to cut from our diet.
Well, and there are other alternatives out there too, as well. The seasoning alternatives. I forget the name of one of them. It's always.
I know which one you're saying.
The yellow.
Yes.
The yellow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody can reach out and tell us.
Mr. Dash.
Oh, Mrs. Dash. Mrs. Dash. That's one.
Yes.
Yeah. That could be the one. I mean, then that's not too bad. But there are alternatives to swapping out your salt.
Yes.
If you want to do that, we just have to learn that, get used to that. The older we get.
But I could never imagine eating popcorn with no salt.
Exactly.
Right.
Now I eat it with milk, and I know you people are crazy. Like you think I'm crazy.
You think we're crazy?
Yes, whatever. We'll have it one day here on the show. How about this here? Sitting too much. They said you do an early death. This just in, we're going to die. Sitting too much may send you to an early death, putting you at a higher risk for obesity, type 2 diabetes, and other health issues. And while one fairly obvious solution is to exercise, another one may surprise you. That is sleep. Swapping about 30 minutes of sitting for 30 minutes of sleeping each day, that lowered your overall body mass by nearly 1 pound, and it cut about 2/3 of an inch from your waistlines. That is according to a study published in the European Heart Journal.
So the study also found a similar benefit in weight loss and reduction in waist circumference with people who replaced 30 minutes of sitting with an equal amount of standing or light activity such as walking. So get to walking or snoozing.
So now what if you're sitting and you fall asleep? Does it kind of negate it? You're going nowhere, but you've made good time.
Yeah. Maybe we should do the show standing from now on.
I have no problem with that. I mean, honestly, after we've already done the morning show at this point, now we're here in the afternoon doing the show. It kind of,
Yeah.
you need your coffee. You need your
Yeah.
little extra bump for it as well. But yeah, very interesting on that. Here's another one for you. A new poll showing the average adult, you only spend about 4 hours a month socializing with your friends. The survey commissioned by Rewards Club Virgin Red found that more than a quarter of the 2,000 people that were polled said that they're spending less in-person time with friends this year compared to last.
So millennials seem to be the most affected by this, while Gen Z are the only age group spending more time with their friends this year. Some of the reasons given for the lack of socialization are distance, busy work schedules, and family commitments.
I agree with that. And I mean, I think after people getting out of the pandemic, you obviously wanted more face-to-face, in-person interaction. Because I think just as a general people overall, we needed that. You absolutely need that. And then you get used to it. And you're like, okay, absolutely enough. But I mean, I spend a lot of time talking with my friends online or over the phone. There's a lot of texting going on nowadays. But I agree with that. It's a lot less in-person, face-to-face time with your friends than it used to be.
I agree. Something interesting, you just said that you text a lot of them, and for my birthday, I would love to get a phone call, a video call, something from my friends, and now they're sending me text messages and audio messages. So in the beginning, I was like, oh, I wish they could be calling me.
How dare you use your phone as a phone?
Right, but now I got used to it, and I was like, as long as they remember my birthday, that's fine. I just can say, yeah, I'm okay with it. Just a text message or audio message, I'm okay with it. So, just don't forget my birthday, okay, friends?
Okay, I'll text you. Okay.
Please, no, you can say in person. Happy birthday.
I'll text it to you.
Okay.
Coming up, Mix It 3 continues. We're going to show you a recipe. It's always a welcome side dish to any tale, and it will make your mouth water for sure. That's next. Coming up on our What's for Dinner segment. All right, we are back in the kitchen with our good friend Jen Fiore, home chef.
Hi, guys.
And author of the book. Yes, just happens to be gluten-free. Yes. With another great dish, and you could eat it any time of the year. This actually looks a little exotic.
No, it does, but it doesn't take a lot to do it. It's a very pretty looking dish with butternut squash.
Okay.
I love it.
And hot Italian sausage.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought it was ground turkey. Okay.
Yeah, so
but you could make with ground turkey too, right?
You could.
Yeah,
This is the great thing about playing around with recipes.
Yes.
Don't worry about it. It just happens to be gluten-free. Let's not even focus on that. You can switch things out. That's the fun of playing around with recipes.
Absolutely.
So, in here,
How do we start?
we have, of course, we start off with, I like extra virgin olive oil, just about a tablespoon. I chopped up 2 celeries, 1 carrot, 1 large carrot, if you will, and a couple of scallions, some green onions, okay?
Okay.
Saute them down, but not till they're translucent, okay? So you usually hear me say, make them translucent. No, I want a little crunch on this, okay? So they're maybe cooked for about 3 minutes, 4 minutes, okay? Inside the same pan, you're gonna throw your in a different frying pan, browned up the sausage.
Okay.
And I don't know if you've ever taken a sausage from the grocery store. If you cannot find it out of the casing, squeeze it out of the casing if you can't find it that way.
I'll take it.
No worries, don't let this stop you. Squeeze it out of the casing, then just take your spatula and just for 5
Take your
minutes,
frustration
that's
out.
it. Yep. And you just cook it up and you just brown
Place
it.
their name here.
And this is one of
Ready.
those. Oh, never. He's so helpful to me. I love him.
That's what it is. All right.
But I like to for you to think of this when you're making this. Yes, we want our sausage to be cooked, but we're going to put this in the oven. So if you're pressed for time and you only have I only have this much time in the stove, that's fine.
Okay.
You've already done your vegetables. You can do your sausage for about 3 or 4 minutes, okay? If they're not fully cooked, no worries.
Okay.
At this point, nice and hot, we're gonna deglaze the pan a little bit with about 1 ounce, 2 tablespoons, an 1/8 cup, a little bit of wine.
Whatever's left in the bottle of the white wine.
Whatever, you're right.
Or take it on while preparing.
2 ounces or a cup. No,
Really
really.
frustration with a glass of wine and a spatula.
And if it spills, right?
Yes.
Wait till we come back from the commercial break.
But I did put actually an eighth a cup in that recipe, so you can play around. I have 1 cup of diced potatoes, very easy to make.
Okay.
You chop them up, you peel your potato, you chop them up into 1-inch cubes, throw them in the water, let them boil for 10 minutes. Boom.
Okay.
Then, you see here, this is where your seeds were and you gutted it. You're just
Right.
gonna cut out a little space. Take that, cube it.
That's it. Okay.
Okay?
You've
Cube
made
it.
a boat.
You made a little boat.
Okay.
Okay. And it's so pretty. And then now look at all that color. And that's what's
Yes.
going to be stuffed right in there. And you're going to have this beautiful dish.
And then for how long do you leave in the oven?
It's in a 400-degree oven. I like to about a half hour.
Okay.
Yeah, just to keep. Oh, actually, no. I lied to you.
Oh,
How did that feel?
She does.
Yeah. I was thinking of the moms when I made this recipe.
Okay.
So this recipe is that squash was in the oven for 40 minutes.
40 minutes. Oh, okay.
Without the stuffing.
Oh.
So then you hear, and then you did this, and then you served it.
Oh,
Mom
so.
on the soccer, mom
Thank you,
on the
Jen.
football,
Yes. Thank you, Jen.
mom at volleyball.
Yes.
And then there you go.
But if you want to put in the oven, maybe cheese.
You could do
top.
some
A little bit
cheese.
bland, yeah.
You can do some cheese. This is a very rich dish. That's why kind of because you know the potatoes and the
Right.
squash. So that's why the sausage kind of cuts through it and the wine cuts through it. And I don't know. I just love this combination.
Well, we've got knives. We have forks here. We're going to have to
Enjoy
try. I don't know
it.
how
Have to.
How do you, well, you're going to have to go first because I don't know how to.
So you're
Just
gonna
scoop it out. Yeah.
just
I don't think we even need the knife.
okay.
All right,
Probably
let's just
not.
scoop it up.
I love to serve it this way, so you can just everybody just takes a big scoop of it and messes it on their plate, if you will.
Yeah.
All those flavors kind of
Nobody
just
saw
pop.
Oh, especially with that Italian sausage.
Yeah, come on.
That hot sausage. Wow.
Who doesn't? Well, there are people who don't love sausage, but
Well-
you know,
Like I said, we can change that out.
we can. And then
That's delicious.
Easily changed out. Yeah, so this is a very family-friendly or busy person-friendly recipe.
And
The
this-
combination with the squash and
yeah.
the sausage. Oh my gosh.
It's almost that sweet and savory altogether.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really good.
So good.
This is in your book, right?
No,
This is
so
not.
these are recipes you're seeing for my next cookbook.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's your sneak peek.
Exclusive. Yeah, exclusive.
Oh, delicious, Jen. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Again,
I'm so glad you like it.
Where can people get more information, follow you?
JenFiore.com you can go to, or you can go to social media, Gluten Free Since '03. I have YouTube, Gluten Free and Me.
You can find Jen.
You'll find her.
Yes, you find her.
Hopefully you'll find her in the kitchen.
Always in the kitchen.
Jen, thank you so much.
Thanks, guys. Enjoy.
All right, coming up, we are going to be talking to a Bravo TV reality star that is now living in our town and inspiring younger generations too. Stand by. Mix of 3 will be right back. Well, you might have seen her on Bravo TV, or you might have seen her maternity and baby clothing line. Rosie Pope has an entrepreneur spirit and a drive to help and inspire others, and now we have the privilege to have her here in Augusta, and she's joining us here in the Mix Studios. Rosie, hey.
Hi.
Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Well, thank you.
Rosie, you're from London. You've lived in New York. You're now here in Augusta. What brought you to Georgia?
It's the place to be, obviously. I tell everybody, but no. So just before COVID, I sold my company in New York City, and COVID hit, and we were literally locked up for almost 2 years. And my husband and I just looked at each other one day, and we said we wanted something different for our kids and for our family, and we didn't have to be in New York City anymore for work. And one thing for us that was really important was raising our kids with faith and as Christians, and we felt it was really hard to do it up north, and doing it by ourselves wasn't enough, and we needed a community to do that. So the South was something that we felt passionately about. My husband's actually from the South originally, and we looked around, and people say, like, why Augusta or not somewhere else in Georgia? Or South Carolina. Like, honestly, like, we looked at Charleston, we looked at Atlanta, we looked at these places, and the things we were running away from or wanting differently for our kids, they were still there. It was still the same type of community and exposure that we just wanted our kids to be raised in a quiet environment. And so we found Augusta, and we actually found a school first. We found Westminster Schools of Augusta, and it blew us away as a place to be part of our kids' childhood and helping to raise them, right? And so it was after that we then found a home and made our lives for ourselves here. But it was really a God shot, and it just, I don't know, it just really spoke to us, and we're so happy that we're here.
Welcome to Augusta.
Yeah, we're happy to have you here. So you were in Bravo's reality show, Pregnant in Heels. So what was your favorite part about being on the show?
So I didn't expect this because we started the show after I started my business, right? So it was going to be great for the business to get it out there. But we ended up helping so many people, and I was blown away and humbled by that. So I think just being on TV and being honest about being a mom and having a business and all the struggles that go along with it, and not sugarcoating it and not making it look really easy. And also sharing some of my own personal stories that at the time people weren't really talking about, whether it was fertility or other things like that. Now they do, but it was different back then. Spoke to a lot of people, and I was humbled and grateful that we were able to help people genuinely.
It was a great show. I really enjoyed it, watching it.
You said your husband even enjoyed it.
Yes.
So, Rosie, you had a maternity and baby clothing line that carried your name. For the women who are out there that hope to start their own businesses, what would you suggest?
I mean, a couple things. We were talking, off camera that, everybody says this, but it's true. Just as much as you're all in with your children and raising them, you have to be all in with your business, right? So you never turn off as a mom. You're never like, I'm a mom for this part of the day and I'm a mom for that part of the day. The same thing when you own your own business. So if you're the type of person that's willing and able to do that, then it's great for you. And the other thing I think is really thinking about your definition of success. Most people go into a business thinking that means only financially being successful. And while you want to, of course, you have to be able to support yourself and your family, not every business is going to be $1 million, $1 billion business, right? But that's what we see on TV and everywhere all the time. If you have other definitions of success, I think that's really important. And it will carry you through, and it will allow you, honestly, to succeed in a better way.
Go all in. Yes, yeah. And what is the one thing that you wish you had known when you were starting your career?
That it's okay not to know what I was doing.
Yes.
We do that every day.
You're going to learn as you go. You really are. So don't be afraid that you might not know how to do it all, truly.
And we'll figure it out along the way.
Great words, great advice from somebody that knows because she's done it. Rosie Pope, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
All right, coming up, are you a runner or are you planning to become one? Well, after the break, we're going to show you how you should prepare for your races so you can avoid those injuries. That's next, right here on Mix It 3. Well, there are turkey trots, there are reindeer runs, there's even a murder mystery 5K. But if you're planning on joining in on a fun run, well, health experts say you need to prepare so you can avoid injury later.
That's right. Mandy Gaither explains why fun runs shouldn't be done on a whim and what you need to do to train to them.
'Tis the season for themed races, but you could trot your way toward an injury if you don't train properly.
Just going literally from the couch to the 5K is not a really good idea.
Orthopedic surgeon Timothy Miller with the Ohio State's Wexner Medical Center says not preparing your body can lead to injuries like muscle strains, tendinitis, IT band syndrome, even stress fractures from overuse.
You put a lot of additional stresses on your body when you do that. And not just on the musculoskeletal system where we think about it mostly, but also on the cardiovascular system as well.
Miller says if you're just starting to run, see a doctor to make sure you're healthy enough to take on long distances. If everything checks out health-wise, he says to start slow, training at least a month out for a 5K, building up mileage gradually. He also suggests varying the terrain.
So running on hard surfaces, for example, all the time, like hard sidewalks, hard pavement, can put a lot of additional stress on your body for what we call ground reaction forces, leading to injuries.
Have proper footwear that's supportive and fits well. Miller says to go up a half or full size in your running shoe to accommodate foot swelling. And he recommends breaking in new shoes before a race.
That means training them in them for at least a week or two to make sure you're comfortable with what they're going to feel on your feet.
Miller advises fueling your body, and even when it's colder outside, hydration is still critical. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Yes,
There you
all
go.
true. Yeah,
Absolutely.
And Mandy Gaither brings more health-related topics for you, and this one is about your skin.
That's right. Your daily skincare routine or lack of one, may be dimming your youthful glow. So what are the top 3 anti-aging mistakes and how can you avoid them? Take a look.
It's your body's largest organ, but we don't always take the best care of our skin.
They don't treat it with the same respect sometimes as they do their internal organs.
Skin not only protects your body, but keeping it healthy can also slow the aging process. The first and most important common skin mistake made is not protecting your body from the sun. Not only does exposure to UV rays cause damage that could lead to cancer, but it's also a cause of early aging. Wear and reapply a high-quality, mineral-based, broad-spectrum sunscreen even when it's cold outside, says Dr. Nicholas Sinclair with Cleveland Clinic.
I think sometimes people get into a little bit of trouble when they're out in scenarios like skiing in the winter time or doing yard work, things that they don't think about as a high sun exposure activity.
Sinclair says the next mistake is smoking. It too raises cancer risk, but can also cause premature wrinkles and facial aging by restricting blood flow, which can deprive skin of oxygen. A final mistake, not having a good skincare routine. Sinclair recommends a 3-part regimen with some sort of antioxidant, like a vitamin C serum that should be applied in the morning, a gentle cleanser, one that cleans but isn't abrasive, and finally, a retinoic acid, which should be put on at night to increase collagen and cell turnover.
It does not need to be expensive. It does not need to be fancy. There are some great brands, and it really doesn't need to be a over-the-top regimen.
I like that. Doesn't need to be expensive.
Yeah,
Always a
sometimes
good
we
one
think
to
they're
have.
all expensive, but no, they're
Exactly.
affordable.
Hey, thanks for joining us here today. We hope you have a great afternoon.
All right, thanks for watching.